are you? Assalamu alaikum, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to Churchill Show, my journey, my story. Watu wa Mandera, Lamu, Siaya, Ugunja, Makindu, Makueni. Welcome to another exciting story of my journey, my story. And thank you so much for your comments, and your feedback, and your requests. And as we always say here, a laugh industry, your request is our command. Now this week on Churchill Show, My Journey, we feature a story of a young boy who grew up in Mandera. Yes, you got it right, in Mandera, and came to the city carrying nothing but bright minds. He went ahead to become a leading counsel in this country. Oh, you all know him, Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, aka Grand Mullah. He's so grand, everything he does is grand. This is the amazing story of Grand Mullah himself. Come with me. It feels like a hotel. But you have your own kitchen here.
We have 3 kitchens here, so...
Yeah. Oh, you have 3 kitchens.
So there's enough for everybody. Kila mtu anakula hapa chakula.
Wewe kuna jiko yako special.
Hapa iko moja.
Tunakula nini leo?
You tell me, there's a menu always.
Okay, there's a menu.
Yes.
In your office.
Yes.
First of all, people can't pronounce your name, your full name. Wacha kuandika.
My name is easy, Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi.
Yes. How many people can write that correctly?
Everybody. It's not a difficult name, it's a very common name.
Yeah.
Yes.
From that side.
Not even from Nairobi.
Even from Nairobi. Aya, tuambie story ya Mandera. You and Mandera, the small boy from Mandera. How was it growing up in Mandera?
Like any other childhood, of rural Kenya in the 70s, 80s. Went to school, for class 1.
Yes.
My daughters make fun of my school. When I tell them I went to a school called Mandera DEP, District Education Board.
Yes.
They go to a school called Canton, so they think it is a godforsaken place. But I tell them, when I take them to school and I remember my primary school, I have a lot of fond memories,
Yes.
It was not the kind of school they go to.
Yes. Mandera. Yes. Take us to Mandera.
It was a very good school, in the 70s.
Yes.
I remember the first day I went to school, because whenever I used to go near the school, I used to see guys, always in the playground, I didn't know that it was one class after the other. So when I went to class and stayed there for like 2 lessons, I was wondering, when am I going to go and play? So I thought school was just about playground. But I went to school there. It was a good school. It was the school everybody used to go during those days.
It was the only school?
No, there were 1 or 2 other schools, but it was like the best school that time in that place. So it was a good school. I went there up to class 7.
How many siblings did you have?
We had 8, 9.
8?
Yes.
From one parent?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
So everybody goes to the school. But I tell guys, when you go to school in Mandera during that time, you go to Quranic school in the morning.
Yes.
What you
Madras?
call? No, Duksi.
Duksi?
Yes. So you go to Duksi like 6 to 7 in the morning. Then 7 to 8 you have to go to school. Then you go there until, you come back lunch home. Then at 4, now you go to madrasa.
Yeah, you do the kaswidas.
Yes, you do up to 6 in the evening. Now from 7 again, you go to the Quranic school.
Yes.
So it was it was like a 16 hours schooling. Yes. Because you do the normal school, the secular school, the madrasa school, the Duksi. So it was...
Basically, you can see the structure and the discipline.
Of course, you put in an hour or 2 of playing football or running around. But our time was well structured. Hakuna kucheza.
Ulikuwa unacheza mchezo gani in school?
The usual football, the usual running around. Yes. But I'm not a sportsman. Mimi ni mtu wa kuangalia tu.
Kabisa, na vitabu.
Na vitabu.
Tell me about your dad and your mom, your parents.
We came up in Mandera. We used to have a small shop, sometimes help the family here and there. But basically, noticed in that time is that, people have small shops. The women folk stay at home. The kids play or go to school. I mean, life was very simple, you know, very simple, very simplistic.
Yes.
Hakuna maneno mingi. The good thing about Mandera at that time is Mandera had a very prosperous business because it's a border town. I mean, there are 3 countries that meet.
Yeah.
And because the Kenyan economy was the most developed,
Yes.
the shops there were big shops, you know, there were wholesales. People from, especially Somalia, used to buy a lot of things, people from Ethiopia. So there was that, you know, international trade during that time.
In Mandera.
In Mandera, yes.
Great. Then you did your exams.
Yes, yes, yes.
Straight A's.
No,
Eh,
no, not straight A's. I got straight B's.
straight
Yes.
B's
Yes,
from
yes.
primary school.
From primary school.
Yeah.
I went to a small secondary school called Mandera Secondary School.
Bado iko.
Badwiko.
Eh.
I was there for 4 years. Very difficult school in the sense that, you know, that time, I mean, there were no teachers there. There was nothing. So learning was, you have to learn it on your own.
So how did you make it to Patch, Nairobi?
No, I did my O levels, then I passed very well. Those days, you know, we used to have Division 1 was from 6 to 21.
Yes.
So I got 16 points.
Wow, that is A.
I think yes, close to A of now.
You're being humble.
Yes.
Back then
I went.
Nani Mandera.
Yes. Although it was a very difficult school in terms of infrastructure, in terms of teachers, people still used to make it, you know. It was like, I mean, many people came from that school. I mean, traveled all over the world, went to good universities all over the world.
Yeah.
So I finished the O level, then I came to Nairobi School. Yes.
Patch.
Patch, yes.
How was it at Patch?
Very good. I mean, it's one of the best schools I enjoyed, you know. Life was good. I mean, it was a very good school, you know.
So before you came to Patch, had you come to Nairobi earlier?
Yes.
So ulikuwa jamaa wa...
No. Not Jamaa, but the odd, I think I came once or twice before I came to Nairobi
To
School.
see your relatives?
Yes.
Then how was it at Patch?
You know, Patch, the good thing about Nairobi School is that during our time, there was no, I joined at A levels.
Yes.
So when you're at A levels, it's like there are no rules for you.
Yeah.
Unlike, you know, people who are in Form 1 and 4. So, I mean, you could get out of school anytime you want. You come back anytime you want. I mean, there was a lot of responsibility on you that you will do the right things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, weekends, Nico is Lee.
Isilu unafanya nini?
Just to great see relatives and, you know, I mean, unwind sort of, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a very good school.
Yes.
I enjoyed it a lot.
You stayed there for
2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
Got the
Then I
honor
went
for
to
Cornell.
Faculty of Law, Nairobi University. And always I tell guys, people ask me how I became lawyers and how I became a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I tell guys, I have never known what law is.
Yes.
I have never met a lawyer in my life. I had no idea what law is. But when I was in Nairobi School and we were finishing Form 6, we had a housemaster called Kanyi, very nice guy. He used to teach us literature, paper 3. So one night he told all the guys in Marsabit house, you know, come and let me see what career you are choosing. So some guys wanted to do law, some guys wanted to do engineering. Me, I said I want to do BA, government. Yes. So my first choice was BA government, second choice was BA government, third choice BA government. Then he said, what's this? So I said, this is my choice. No, he said, he got a pen from, you know, someone who was next to me. Then he canceled the first one. Then he wrote LLB. So that's how I became a lawyer.
And that's how you became a lawyer?
That's how I became a lawyer.
And you have to tell us about in America. How was that, by the way? In Cornell University.
Cornell is upstate New York.
Yeah.
You know, there's a small town called Ithaca.
Yeah.
When I tell guys I was in Ithaca, they think, you know, it's a place in Kiambu.
Yeah, Ithaca.
Yes.
Actually, it's in Thika.
Yes. But a lovely town,
Yeah.
50,000 population, 3 universities. There's Cornell, which is the biggest.
Yeah.
Then a small liberal college called Ithaca. Then a college called Tompkins County. Tompkins County is like community college.
Yeah.
You know the Harambe
Yeah.
schools we used to have. Very nice.
And that was scholarship.
Yes, I got a tuition scholarship. I paid for my upkeep. Yes.
That means you performed very well.
Normally, you know, people don't know that, but getting a scholarship to American university is always not very difficult. Yes.
Yeah.
They can pay for you. They give you some work to do here and there.
Yeah.
The odd kind of job.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you told your parents you're going to the United States of America, back then, walisemaje now wako Mandera?
The day I got my first check to go to America, I think it was $1,000.
Yeah.
I changed it at the Standard Chartered, the one at Moy Avenue, the one at the corner. I think the dollar was 17 shillings. And you have to fill so many forms.
Yes.
Because of the foreign exchange control. And I tell guys I was one of the last guys to have traveled with Panama because I think Panama went into liquidation after that. It's not like now where, people travel and America, people go maybe weekends. Then that was also in the 90s when there was a lot of change. There was a lot of turmoil in this country. Yeah. Once in a while, you call back home or people call you once a month because the telephones, mambo ya mobile. Haikuwa. Yes.
And your parents were very happy about it.
Yeah, one of the best things that happened to me, going to an Ivy League school, coming back. Yeah. Yes.
They came for your graduation, Ama?
No, I have never attended graduations in my life.
You've never?
I've never.
Oh, yes. I need you to tell me that and how you came back to Nairobi, settled down, started a farm, and became Grand Mullah. So, we'll be right back after the break.
We'll be right back after the break.
Precisely. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Grand Mullah himself. What were you saying about the suit? All right, welcome back to Churchill Show, my journey, my story, my goodness, with Grand Mullah himself, Senior Counsel Hamed Nasir Abdullahi. I hope I got it right.
Absolutely.
Okay, now I feel like I'm in an oasis of knowledge. So now you're back from the US. Tell me, so what happened when you came back here by the time you started your firm?
We started a law firm. I tell guys, one of the few guys during our time, I never worked for a lawyer in my life.
Yeah.
I started from scratch one. From day one, I said I want to start my own business.
Yeah.
And I started a small firm in the Standard Building.
Yeah.
Someone gave me a small room. I had no secretary.
Yeah.
I used to do my own work. If I don't have a client, I pick up Mugu town. That's the way how this law firm started.
Yes.
Yes.
You purposed you'll never be employed.
Yes, absolutely. I've never been employed. Okay, I taught at the university for some time.
Yeah.
But in terms of, that's the only job, that I was employed. Otherwise, I've never done any other job other than teaching at the university for about 12 years.
Yeah.
And then practicing law.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how was it? What were the challenges in the initial stages when you're starting up your firm?
Starting from scratch, you wonder why people are not coming, It's like, I used to ask myself, they don't know I'm a lawyer, why are they not coming?
Awaniamini?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
But it's like that, every business, it takes time. Fortunately for me, after 2 years of practice, I did this famous case, the Wangila case, that Olympic boxer.
Yes.
So that gave me some profile. But I was also teaching at the university, so I could always, if I don't get a brief, there was 7,000 I used to get as a university lecturer that every month. So that used to come in handy.
Was that very much?
I think it was a lot of money.
Where were you staying?
I was staying in South Sea. 7,000 during those days was a lot of money.
Yeah.
When we were admitted as lawyers, I think the lawyers used to be paid to all of 15,000.
Yeah.
And now, 20, 30 years down the road, in terms of salaries, nothing much has moved. I'm told lawyers are paid, 30, 40,000 a month.
Really?
So, because the numbers have increased. There's a huge pool.
Yeah.
Everything is demand and supply.
Yeah.
During those days, lawyers in the country were very few.
Yes.
Now there are very many. So that sort of, saturated the market.
Yeah.
Yes.
People want to know, why is it LB, not bachelor in law?
Law, lazima, you must make it a little bit mysterious. It's only in this country that everybody can do law. If you go to England, which is a little bit more stratified society, the people who are in the upper class are the guys who do law. But hapa kila mtu anafanya.
Yes. Your first car. Your first car.
My first car actually was a Suzuki
Yeah.
left-hand drive. Very nice car. Yes.
But how much?
Well, how much was it? 700?
1,000.
Yes, yes. Those days cars were expensive.
Yeah.
I think someone brought it from Somalia, but very good. So that was my first car.
And that differentiated you from everyone else.
I used to do cases in Meru.
Yeah.
What is it called? Nakuru. So I used to travel a lot with it.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So when did you make these big breakthroughs to become the Grand Mullah? Where did the Grand Mullah come from?
You see, law is very interesting. Law is very rewarding.
Yes.
If you put the hours, if you put the effort,
Yes.
if you do the work proper, it will come. I tell young lawyers that don't rush yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be in a hurry. You will make it big because the market is there. Someone will trust you with a big brief and you will make it. So, I mean, it's not like something that happens out of the blue, but over the years you will just make it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at what point? So is it a process? Or
No, actually, for me, when I was teaching at the university and I was practicing, I was very critical about the judiciary. You
Yes.
know, I mean, because when I came back from Cornell, I was very idealistic. You know, law is 1 + 1. I mean, it will give you 2. Then when I started practice, it hit me like this. You know, I mean, you have a good case, you do the work, then the result is the opposite. So, I mean, the courts that time were too corrupt. The judges were very incompetent, and there was a lot of politics in it. So I presented a paper in a workshop for lawyers in, I think, late 90s. So I said, you know, this can't continue like this.
Yeah.
We need to fire all the judges of the High Court and the Court of Appeal.
Back then?
Back then, during Moy's time.
Yeah.
And we need fresh blood. So it created a huge uproar.
Yeah.
Because I think the nation picked it and made it a big story.
Yes.
The next Monday, I had a court case in Milimani. And I appeared before a judge called Justice Tom Ombulutu.
Yeah.
So when he saw me, he said, Ahmed, what was that you said on Friday?
Yeah.
So I said, I said, those are my view and I hold. Then he said, no, you can't appear in my court this morning when you said all that bad things about us.
Yeah.
For me to hear you, you have to apologize.
Yeah.
And then the press were there also because I think the press anticipated maybe. Yeah. So then it becomes, I told the judge, there's no way I can apologize because those are my views. Yeah. If you have a contrary view, go and present it somewhere. But that's my view. So he refused to hear me. Yeah. And it created a huge uproar because I'm happy first that proposal I advanced became, you know, the constitution. I mean, the judges were vetted and we removed all those. Yeah. And when I was chairman of Law Society, we also had that radical surgery where we removed so many judges. Yeah. But the courts were very different from what you have here. I mean, as young lawyers we could practice, but the courts belonged to certain lawyers that time. Yes, there are guys who had the keys. Yeah. They could lock it when they want. They open when they want. I mean, when I tell young lawyers, they don't believe. But some of the landmark judgments of the courts were written by lawyers. Yes.
And has much changed since then?
You know, the Kenyan judiciary is funny. When you give it a shock, they will change. But they will lapse back to their old habit. Yeah. When we had the radical surgery, we had like 5 years of amazing practice. Yeah. When corruption goes down, when everything is perfect, but it comes back. Then we had the vetting. The vetting was not very successful. Yeah. But if you ask me now, today, okay, they are very good judges. They are very excellent. Yeah. But there are a lot of corruption in our courts. Yeah. There's a lot of deals, a lot of things.
In a scale of 10, how much will you give? How much?
Maybe 5.
5.
Yes.
So we average.
Average, very average.
What does it take to win a case?
Of course, the facts of the case are important. I mean, are you right or you are wrong? That's one. It plays a certain percentage. Yes. You know, people think that sometimes they ask you, oh, this man has killed. How can you represent a person who has killed another person? I mean, it's not that easy. I mean, first, there's a chance he may not have killed this person. Yes. Then even when he kills, maybe there's a reason why he killed it.
But the client has told you the truth.
Yes.
The clients tell you the truth.
They don't tell you. We don't, you know, it's like sometimes when you're doing a client's case, you don't. He doesn't tell you. You don't ask. You just prepare. Yes. And when you prepare on certain, hypothesis,
Yes.
certain law.
Yes.
So you can prepare for a case without knowing whether your client has done this or not.
You just prepare.
You just prepare.
And you hope for the best.
If the system is good,
Yeah.
if there is no corruption, you can predict the case.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a 90% chance of winning.
Yeah.
I have 70%. I have 80%. I have 10%.
Yeah.
So you do it on that scale.
And when you dictate there is a corruption,
Corruption turns everything, upside down. I mean, you have a 90% chance of success, you lose it still. Yes.
and you can drag for years.
You can drag it for years.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Grand Mullah, how do you manage to represent some of these cases?
Law
Yeah.
is like, for example, someone says he has killed someone. The law allows you to kill people sometimes, I mean, there is something called, for example, case becomes murder only if it is premeditated, if you have planned.
Yes.
Kama someone slept with your wife or girlfriend,
Yeah.
then you are told he's in sleep, umebeba kisu to go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's now murder.
Yeah.
But if you see him in the act in the house and then you kill him, that's not murder. That's called provocation.
Provocation.
Yes, yes. If someone provokes you,
Yes.
you have seen someone in the bed with your wife or girlfriend.
Yeah.
Then you kill him there. It's not murder.
That's provocation.
Yes, murder is only when it's premeditated. Umeplan. Umepepa kisu, umetafuta jamaa.
Yeah.
Umepata umedunge. That's murder now. Yes. Then you have seen guys arguing in bars and restaurants. Then they fight and one dies.
Yes.
That's not murder because you did not plan.
Yeah.
Yes. It's called the manslaughter.
Yeah.
Unaingia miezi moja mbili tatu unarudi.
That's manslaughter.
That's manslaughter.
And that's law.
That's law.
My
Yes.
goodness.
So the lay people, they say, hey, hii mtu ameua.
Ameachiliwa.
Ameachiliwa.
Do you have one big case that you handled and you're like, this one I need to treat myself for this? Just one.
If you go to my house, I tell guys, if you go to my house when we were building it,
Yeah.
every part of my house is a client who paid. So it's a treat.
And so you'll be taking us there.
So when I was a young guy
Yeah.
and I wasn't married, when I do a big case,
Yeah.
I used to buy suits. So I say, this suit is, that sugar case.
Yeah.
This one is from that case.
Yeah.
So, we document our life through the cases we do.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's awesome. I like to see your house. That should be awesome. I need to see those cases, how big
Yes,
or
yes, yes.
small they
Oh,
were,
you will
depending
see.
on the rooms. And also your cars and the landmark case for your Bentley, the one which you are paid. Was this 750?
No, they haven't paid me yet, but the court said I should be paid.
You will be paid after this.
No, definitely.
All right.
Twende nyumbani.
Twende nyumbani.
Yes.
Iko chai maziwa ya ngamia.
Kila kitu iko.
Okay. All right. See you. We'll be right back after the break at Grand Mullah's house. Let's go.
I think you really like
Sweet
it.
something, how that she wants
Yeah,
for, sweet something.
it's something.
So what is in there?
It's a charger and a small card.
It's a charger. Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet something.
Yeah.
Sweet something, guys. Amazing. Thank you. So this is so sweet of you.
Have you Have you
Then there's a card for me.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Words cannot express how much you mean to me. Ah, look at this.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank
So,
you.
and guess what? You can reach them right now on 0742 66 55 44. Is that it? 0742, of course, 66 55 44. Awesome. Sweet something. At least, don't say you're not romantic. You can be romantic. Call that number right about now and treat your loved one to something amazing. Something sweet. Welcome back to Churchill Show. My journey, my story, and my goodness, what a guest we have, Grand Mullah himself. Thank you so much for inviting us to your beautiful, beautiful house.
Karibuni nyumbani.
Asante sana. Tukiwa kwa njia umeniambia story mingi sana. Tutaongea hizo story ya timu yako ya Premier League, the one you advocate for. Then you told me about the late Mutula Kilonzo.
Of course, he taught us when I was at the School of Law, you know, when you finish just the university, then you want to become a lawyer, people go to the Kenya School of Law.
Yeah.
And he was one of the, guys who used to teach us.
Yeah.
He taught us a course called Professional Ethics.
Yes.
I mean, that time, the late senator was, at the top of his game,
Yes.
the best lawyer in town, the president's lawyer,
Yeah.
Kanu's lawyer,
Yeah.
one party,
Yeah.
and I think doing very well.
Yes.
And when you are a young lawyer, you like to hear inspiring,
Yes.
cases,
Yes.
cases that make you have hope.
Yes.
Some of the things he told me most that still resonates with us, he says, the more you charge a client,
Yeah.
or the more expensive, or the more money you take from him,
Yeah.
the more the clients love you. And that's true, because clients take a lot of pride in their lawyers,
Yes.
I mean, when a client pays you 10, 20, 30 million, hey, my lawyer, you charged me 30 million. He's a good lawyer. So he was a fantastic lawyer, fantastic teacher,
You picked it up from him.
We pick many things from him,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you an expensive lawyer?
I don't think so. I tell guys, we act for, my law firm is not a blue chip law firm.
Yeah.
We don't act for, banks.
Government?
We don't act for government institutions. We don't act for parastatals. We act for ordinary Kenyans. The guy like you and these guys
Yes.
who walk in. They are called walk-in. Eh?
Yes.
Normally some lawyers will tell you, oh, I act for blue chip companies, and they take pride in that. We don't, because we don't act for them. We act for the guys who walk into our law firm.
Walk-ins.
Walk-ins, yeah.
And no criminal.
We don't do criminal law also.
Just commercial.
Commercial, yes. Commercial, constitutional, those kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
You told me every time you get to win a case, you add a part of.
No,
Hii ndio uliongeza ya mwisho.
no, I was just saying that when I was constructing this building,
Yeah.
my house, if you look at every aspect of it was paid for by a client. So I remember, sometimes, when you are short for money, then a client comes,
Yeah.
he pays money, then you buy the doors or you buy windows or this.
Yeah.
So I have very fond memories that, it is my good clients who built for me this.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a beautiful, beautiful
Thanks.
place. Yeah. And everyone is here.
Yes, everybody. My son is here, my daughters, they're in
Yeah.
school. So
Yeah.
but I think they're just been picked from school.
Yeah.
Yes.
You forgot to tell us about your wife. Mlikutana lini?
She was born in South Sea.
Yeah.
So I met her here. So a friend of mine introduced me when I was a young lawyer.
Yeah, you had come back from the US.
Yes.
Okay.
We had our first son, then she went to university in England.
Yeah.
She studied IT. I tell guys she got a first class in
Yeah.
IT, but I told her
Eh,
she will not work because we need someone to work at home. So
Eh.
ever since, she works at home.
She's here.
She's full-time employed.
Okay.
Yes.
How many kids now?
We have one son and 4 daughters.
Fantastic. That's awesome. What do you do for fun?
Nothing. I stay at home weekends. I don't go. Once you come to this house on Fridays, I leave on Mondays.
That's it.
That's it. Unless but I told you I want to start farming now for
fun.
sort of as a hobby, something that keeps me busy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Where?
I have some small farm in a place called Isinya.
Yeah.
So very soon I want to start farming.
How many acres?
200 acres.
So you want to do that for
Yes, as a hobby. Yes. I want
Grand
to see,
Mullah.
I want to see how.
What do you want to farm?
I've been in law for 25 years.
Yes.
There's nothing I've not done in law.
Yes.
It's becoming a little bit boring.
Yes.
So
What
why
would
not
you farm? What would you farm?
I want to keep cows. I want to keep, goats. I want to see whether I can bring some of my camel there.
Yes. How many camels?
I have about 250 camels now.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was told.
Somali say they don't count, but me, I have no superstition.
Yeah. You told them you'll count.
Yes, I'll count.
As long as nizako.
Kapisa.
Yes. And politics. I'm sure so many people say now, Grand. In fact, you have the brand. Politics.
No. I've. It doesn't mean when you are successful in something you can replicate it in politics or business or something. I mean, I've done well in law. I've taught at university. I stopped it.
Yeah.
I've practiced now. I'm not saying I will stop it, but I'm slowing down.
Yeah.
But politics is not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we have ever had a successful politician in this country. I mean, I can't say so and so has been very successful in politics.
Yes.
So I think when we see someone very successful in politics,
Yes.
maybe that's the time we can try. Yes, yes.
But for now,
No.
and they keep asking you.
Nobody actually. I mean, I'm not the guy who says, watu wamekuja nyumbani, they insisted I become a politician. Watu no.
Wamekulilia.
Nobody has come here to cry and say,
Tumeona.
I'm waiting for a delegation to come.
Would you think about it?
No, zero chance.
Zero. How do you view politics in Kenya in general?
I mean, I follow. I think I'm active in the social aspect. I mean, social media. I comment a lot about it.
Yeah.
I write once in a while. But I mean, politics in Kenya is just. I tell guys, people join politics to steal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I have not seen a politician who has not made more money in politics than he was outside politics. If you look at every politician in Kenya,
Yeah.
some of them very poor,
Yeah.
have made a lot of money in politics. For me personally, I don't need to steal from the public. It doesn't make sense to join politics to get rich at the public expense.
You're okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I charge clients enough. I mean,
Kwani unalipisha
my clients can complain about my fee. They don't complain, actually. It's other people who talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's life.
It's a very interesting life. Yeah. What gives you peace and satisfaction? Especially when you sit here on a Sunday, lazy weekend.
I'm satisfied with my job, the kind of work we do. I like when I do some cases, I like doing cases against people who think they are very powerful and rich.
Yeah.
Yes. Those are the kind of cases that, makes you wake up early in the morning,
Yeah.
sleep late in the evening, do the extra mile.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of cases, there are a lot of guys who are wronged, whether they're rich or poor. People take advantage of. So we do a lot of that type of cases.
How's the feeling when you lose a case?
No, we lose cases. People think lawyers don't lose, but you lose cases.
Yeah.
But we make a joke sometimes that you rarely lose a case to a lawyer. You lose to a judge.
Yeah.
But practicing law in Kenya is not easy because it's not like America or Europe or the developed world where you lose on the strength of your case or not.
Yeah.
Here you lose, because the court, the judge maybe has played games.
Yeah.
The lawyer on the other side may have done this. So it's a tough neighborhood, Practice law is very tough, yes.
How's that feeling when you lose a case that you've been so passionate about?
Lawyers put a lot of effort in cases, not just me, but many lawyers. The research, the effort. Then sometimes the case is very good, the client pays you good money, then you lose, not because the case was bad, but because of other facts you can't control. And lawyers, I feel it myself, you can get sick for a week.
A whole week?
A whole week. you need therapy to recover when you lose certain cases because you put so much effort.
Yeah.
You put a lot of emotional investment. Your client also feels the same. He's also sick somewhere because, he knew that this is a case you will win. So lawyers put a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Sometimes don't get the right results.
Yeah. What will you tell a young lawyer who's just been admitted to the bar as a senior counsel?
People always create a very pessimistic view about the profession, but the legal profession is very sunny.
Yeah.
The prospects are good. Of course, during my time we were very few. Now we are a lot. I think we're 18,000 lawyers. But this country needs 30,000 lawyers, 40,000 lawyers.
Yeah.
Because 80% of that 18,000
Yeah.
practice in Nairobi. You don't need to practice in Nairobi to make it.
Yeah.
There are no lawyers in Mandera.
Yeah.
There are no lawyers in Wajir. There are no lawyers in Moyale, Marsabit, Isiolo, Turkana.
Ukambani.
And with devolution now, because county governments have a lot of money, there's a lot of litigation, there's a lot of contracts, there's a lot of tenders.
Yeah.
A lawyer can open an office in Moyale or Marsabit
Or Mwingi.
and make money, and make a lot of money, and help people, and practice law proper.
Yeah.
So this notion young lawyers have that
We have to concentrate in
the grass is green in Nairobi only.
Yeah.
Even in Mandera it's green.
Tell me about your football team.
I used to be passionate about football, but nowadays I've lost interest.
Yes. Which was your team?
I think it's not because I just like teams winning.
Yeah.
I don't mind a good team losing.
Yeah.
But I used to support Arsenal a lot. I still support, but kidogo,
What happened?
I'm not very happy.
Have they lost a fan? Or you're still there hanging?
No, I'm still there.
Yeah.
I watch the game occasionally.
Yeah.
But the last time I watched a 90-minute, game of Arsenal, I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Either the time either when a goal is scored against them or when I see they are not playing well.
Yeah. It's very painful. You've been to the Emirates.
Yes, I've watched a game or two at the Emirates.
And how
nice.
was it?
I mean, it's a nice feeling.
Back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back then, yes.
And then.
But nowadays I don't watch much unless they buy good players. Yeah.
Things are
Then I'll come back.
you'll,
Yes.
in the
I'm on
meantime,
sabbatical. Because sabbaticals.
you want to rest easy. One thing that you'd wish people to remember about Grandma, I hope you're planning on writing your book.
No, I'm not. I don't need to write anything.
Why?
Hakuna haja. What for?
For people to, see the journey you've taken.
Someone will tell you that, oh, I've read a book, and someone have said you can, these guys who read books that say how to be a millionaire in 10 days.
Yes.
And they find that very inspiring.
Yeah.
There is nobody you can follow or imitate this journey. I'm not fatalistic, but kila kitu ni Mungu vile ameandika.
Yeah.
There is effort kidogo, unaweka, lakini ni vile ili bangwa. So I believe in that. There is nothing that I've just told you how I become a lawyer. Yeah. I never knew what law is. Yeah. I came from Mandera. Mandera hata sijaona lawyer.
Yeah.
When I was in Mandera, in Northeastern, because of the law of that time, the DC used to be also the magistrate.
Yes.
So he does his own things in the mornings. Yeah. At 4 o'clock, anaingia kotini.
Yes.
Kusikiza cases.
Yeah.
Not trained. Nobody has trained him. Yeah. But because of the legal regime in Northern Kenya at that time.
Yes.
The professional administration were also, when he's on leave, the DO anakuwa magistrate.
Automatically.
So, human planning takes very small part.
Yeah.
Everything else is destiny.
It's destiny.
Ni vile Mungu amepanga.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's something you were telling about even how you learned your computer.
90s I went to Cornell. Of course, there it's a more advanced country than here. Yeah. In the 90s, I think the guys who had computers you could count them with your fingers.
Yeah.
So the first time I was told to type a seminar paper, I wrote, everything very nicely in a yellow pad, legal pad, this yellow lawyers use. Yeah. So the teacher asked me, Ahmed, you have not been to the computer laboratory? I said, I've seen it, but I've never done it. Yeah. He said, yeah, you don't write, you have to go and type. So that was my first interaction with the computer. Yeah. It was very difficult, but you learn it. Yeah. And that's how I learned how to type and use computer.
You drive yourself?
Yes, I don't have a driver.
You love your cars. You do. And I love the machine we had. That's a Mercedes, which one? It's
called 300 Professional. It's originally made for the German army, but they sell it to civilians. Yeah. It's like the Land Rover you will find in Mandera in the 70s, Yeah. There's no comfort, there's nothing.
Yeah, but that's very comfortable.
It's made for the rough road.
Yes. How many were brought into the country?
I don't know, but there are 1 or 2 there. But it's a rough road car.
Yeah.
It's not a town car.
Yes.
I go with it when I visit my camels.
Yes.
Because you can scratch the shrubs. You can run over a tree. Yeah. You don't feel it.
It's a military.
Yes, it is hard.
What happened with the car that was with the windscreen, the Bentley?
I'm waiting for the check.
Where is it? It's here.
Yes, it's here.
Did you fix it like him?
Yes, we fixed it, but it's not about the money for me. Yeah. Because, I fixed it. They haven't paid me now. Yeah. The point I was making is, accountability of public bodies. Yes. When you make a road and the public pays for it, there are certain standards you have to finish. Yeah. Because we have paid for it. The Kenyan public pay a lot.
A lot of money.
If you look at dollar per kilometer, we are one of the most expensive countries in the world. Some countries will spend $100,000. We spend $200,000-$300,000. But still, the quality of the road is shoddy because, he gives a kickback to someone, he gives someone, the supervisor, watu wanakula kila pale. So this road they were making, they just put some tar, and left it. So there was a lot of sparkle and stones everywhere. So the point I'm making is that because they did not perform their job as expected, they had a duty of care towards road users like me. So when my car broke the screen, I had to sue them, and the court agreed with us. Yes.
And you're waiting for the check.
I'm waiting for the check.
Ikikuja uniambie because you've already fixed. We'll have a party.
Yes, I will give it out, I can tell you, because it wasn't for the money. I just wanted
for them to understand. Then I noticed something as we finish. There was a mheshimiwa, I don't know which mheshimiwa, they kept on hooting so that you can give way. And you didn't.
The Kenyan public, we are traumatized road users. They steal from us. The guys who do, I'm talking of ministers, guys who work in government. They steal from the Kenyan public. That's not in doubt. Because they join government poor, then they become rich, they move into our neighborhoods and buy everything. But in carrying this road, every morning or every evening, a guy comes with his car, official car, with 3 or 4 cars, escort.
With a flag.
With a flag, with a police siren. And they make people, give way. In a traffic, sometimes in traffic jam. In traffic jam, even the policemen, who are the bodyguards, normally push them left, right, center. But I've never given way in my life.
You don't give way?
I don't give way. If it's a minister or someone, I don't give way because why should if the person is in a hurry, you should leave very early in the morning, or you should wait late in the evening to come home so that he can have the whole road to himself. But it's not fair that you are on the right side of the road, you are driving at the right speed, then someone wants to throw you off the road. So me, I've never given. Sometimes they have to wait. if they are unlucky for me to be in front of them, they have to wait. But again, why are they in a hurry? What is the urgency for a minister to be in a hurry? He doesn't do a good job. Does he?
He has a flag.
He has a flag. But what's the hurry?
Where is he going?
If our ministers do exemplary job and we're happy, I will be the first person to give way. But I know that he's in a hurry maybe someone is waiting for him somewhere to,
With an envelope. So
that's why they're in a hurry,
In your case, you're not giving anyway.
I have never given way.
They should get used to that.
I think they know. When they see my car, they know that I would not give way.
I like you for that. I'm not giving way no more. Thank you so much, Senior Counsel. Really appreciate it. That's the Churchill Show. You've shared so much. I hope
I hope I inspire young lawyers, young Kenyans, that still this country, you can make it when you come from a place like Mandera or from Machakos or whatever it is. If you do your homework when you're in school and do the right thing as a lawyer, the sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's an amazing story of Senior Counsel Grand himself. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Grand Mullah is here. Sasa tunangoja tu kunywa maziwa ya ngamia na tumalize ama nini?
So there's enough. I get from my farm, so there's enough.
There's enough. Tumemaliza. So tell them kwaheri, tumemaliza.
Bye bye, see you.
Zarap, mama, they can't all fit in here. Hawezi fit. So ni sisi, it's only us going for the camel milk.
No, there's enough space in this place for everybody.
Everybody.
Come, we have a cup of tea.
Let's go have a cup of tea. Kwaheri, thank you very much.